All right, figured it's time for another boat video. Today's my maintenance day, doing a little work on the engine and cleaning the boat up a little bit. So when I'm at the boat ramps, there's usually three questions I typically get. One's about this power center I made. The other is about the Tohatsu engine, which of course is a great engine. Or it's about the way I did my jack plate. So today I figured I'd cover this power center, tell you a little bit about it, and go from there. All right, so I put this together. I see there's some power centers online, but I really didn't care about all the features for them. So what I did is I basically just got a basic battery box for a large 12-volt battery, and I used that as a starting point. I put a voltage meter in there, a cigarette lighter style charging port, and I have controls over here for one controls that meter, the other my bilge pump. And if we go inside, we can see I have a master switch to the engine, and I also have a fuse box, and I have the power cord that goes out to my helix. So I basically store the power cord in here, and when I'm on the water, the lid's down, I have an auxiliary strap, and from the side little access, I just have this running out to my helix, which attaches to my bench with some strong Velcro when I'm running. So this is a really cool setup. I mean, it's worked really well for me. And something that people don't realize is that for this 20 horsepower Tohatsu, or the Mercury recently, because that's a Tohatsu too, you really only need a small battery to kick that thing over if you have electric start. And the alternator in there is very powerful. It charges this battery up so fast. You know, this is only 340 cold cranking amps. I believe the manual, might be wrong, said 300 minimum, but 340 is plenty. This has been working well for me for years, and that's never let me down. And even drifting around the flats, trolling around, and just running the helix with the motor off for hours on end, the engine still starts right up. But anyway, this is a really easy thing to make yourself. I highly recommend doing that. You know, the switches, waterproof switches, this fuse box. I've got fuse, so basically to find the rating for the fuse you need, you look at the manual for what it is. The helix has its own fuse. I have another one for the bilge pump. There's one for the meter, and one for my charging port, and then a master fuse. Very, very easy to do, you know, and cheap too, because these are really affordable, and it's actually high quality. I was really impressed with the quality of this. Just took some standard wire cover to cover everything up, crimped the wires down. I mean, it took me maybe, 4 hours to build this thing total, but it's been a godsend. It's just so cool. You know, everything's right there, everything works. A small battery, all you need for this engine to kick over, to power your fish finder, to charge your phones, and it just worked out really well. So I'm going to put some of the links to these parts I use in the description if you're interested in doing one yourself. One thing I'll mention in the future, there's a smaller battery. I think it's a gel battery. It's about half the size, but it has about the same cranking amps. And I actually put it in my car as the auxiliary battery, because the normal stock auxiliary battery just seemed to die once a year. Real piece of junk. So I replaced it with that small gel battery, and it's been working great. I'm thinking when this battery goes, I'm going to try that small gel battery, because I think it has the same capacity as this one does, if not just a little bit more, and it's half the size and half the weight. And this is already pretty light. It's a lawnmower battery. It works great. So anyway, I'm just charging up the battery, giving it a top off. Got my charger there. Cleaning things out, making sure there's no bugs or anything getting in there. Putting some anti-corrosive in the contacts of my different connectors. And just giving everything a check over, because you basically want to do the check overs here, before you get on the water and find problems. So hope this is helpful. If you like this idea, try building one yourself. Let me know how it goes. It's been really good. Thanks for watching. All right, so one last thing. I realized with the charger wires in there, it look kind of like messy, but it's really just messy. So here's my main power, comes from here through a connector off to the fuse box. Okay, wires that go here to the master switch, wire that comes from the motor, and then my helix connection. So it's actually very organized, but I don't know, that it just looked like a rat's nest with the charger cable there. So anyway, that's what it looks like. And anyway, thanks for watching.
All right, thanks for watching. Please subscribe.